Hi, it's Anne here, and today's video is going to be a little bit different. I was going to do just a simple little Colourpop haul. I placed an order a couple of weeks ago now, and it finally came in, and I was like, I'll just do a little quick haul video, and I was like, no, let's do like a swatch video. And then I was like, well, why don't we just do a try-on video? So we're going to do that, but it's going to be a little bit different because I bought 5 eyeshadows and 1 blush. I did buy a skincare product, but I'm not going to really talk about it too much. It's this guy. It's Overnight Success Youth Boosting Mask. It's an overnight mask infused with retinol and I can't pronounce this word without messing it up. Baku something? It'll be on the screen, obviously. I've only used this once. I tried it last night, so not a whole lot to talk about on that one, and don't really want to focus on that for the video, but we're going to focus on, I did buy 1 blush, and this is the powder, pressed powder blush, the like heart-shaped ones that are hard to open, in the shade Kiss and Tell. So we're going to put this on. I haven't even swatched these yet, except for one of the eyeshadows. So this is the Kiss and Tell blush. I was torn between this one, and I want to say the other one was called Flirt. It was more like a mauve toned one, cool toned one, but I went with this one, so I might purchase the other one as well. So there's that guy. Let's just do a swatch now that we're here. Oh, it's very light. Like very light. Probably look different on my face than on my hand, because my hand does have a bit of a tan on it, but hopefully you can see that on my hand there. And I bought 4 Super Shock Shadows. These have been on my list since, I want to say 2021. Probably. Yeah, I've had them on my list for a while, and I finally just like decided they had a 30% off sale. I wish I kind of waited a little, because then they had like a mystery gift, although I have no idea what that mystery gift was. And then also they just launched the Haunted Mansion stuff, which I clicked on the website and I was like, I'm going to get it. And then I was like, no. And then like a few hours later, I was like, maybe I should. And I clicked on the website and it was already sold out. So anyway, I'm not getting the Haunted Mansion stuff. So the first Super Shock Shadow we have here is Ritz. And I'll be doing hand swatches as well as eye swatches. The second one here we have is Ladybird. So none of these are new. You can buy all of them on the website right now. And there was one I wanted to get and I could not get it because it was sold out. Well, actually, there's I think 2. This one is in Frog. They're all very similar. Like, I know that. That was kind of the point. This is the type of eyeshadow that I like. I like sort of a brighter topper shade. I'll do like a brown in the crease and then a brighter sparkly lid shade. And then this one is in the shade Ice Dream. I have to be careful with this one because the whole thing falls out. I gotta glue it back in. Although, I will say, this is the first time I've ever had an order from Colourpop where none of my Super Shock Shadows broke. So that was exciting. And it came in just like a bubble wrapper. So that was pretty cool. And then I also did purchase a Shadow Stick. This is in the shade. So I could not read the shade on the bottom of this because it's kind of like mushed, and also I can't read anything that's small now because I'm getting older. It's in the shade Socialite. So I did swatch this on my hand. So I do know what this kind of looks like as a swatch, but I haven't swatched anything else. I do want to give a shout out to the channel, That Girl Shay, I think is what her channel was called, because she always did eye swatches. One of the first people I came across that did eye swatches. And also Makeup Just for Fun does a lot of Colourpop swatches. So she swatches like every palette, everything that comes in from Colourpop she swatches. So you can probably find those on there as well. But hopefully this will be just a very simple swatch. You know, I'll put timestamps below so you can see which one you're wanting to look at and see as a swatch on my hand and on my eye. But we're going to try the blush first. So just taking this is actually a pretty dense blush brush that I don't use very often. It's from Julep, but we're going to apply this. Okay, it does show up on my face. I was like, on my hand, it's very, well, I guess my hand swatch is a fairly good indication if you have deeper skin tone. You might not like this because it might be too light, but if you have a light, I have a light skin tone that's like pink undertones. But yeah, I like that. That's going to be a great everyday blush. Like, don't have to think too hard about it. I'm getting a little bit of color. Sometimes I find, especially if I do a really colorful eye look, I don't know what to do with my blush because I feel like it will like compete too much with my eye look, but I feel like this is going to be will work with pretty much every kind of look. And that's just a really light light dusting. I could go in more. If I really wanted to, I could go in more. Maybe do a little more on this side. I don't want to go in with too much with it because I want the focus to be on the eyeshadow today. But yeah, there's that. Okay, I'm going to do one shadow on one eye and one shadow on the other eye so we can do this a little bit faster. For the first round, we are going to do Ladybird on this eye and Frog on this eye. So we'll start with Ladybird. I'll put the description down below with what they describe the shade as. I feel like this one is sort of an icy champagne. Very high shine. Oh, and I'm just applying these with my finger. That's all I wanted to do. I do have mascara on. I do have the Merit mascara because I feel like if I didn't have any mascara on, it would kind of just look pretty naked. And I have my eyebrows done. And the base that I do have on my face is, again, the Merit Complexion Stick in Dune. My eyebrows is the Quo eyebrow pomade, which I'm not sure you can get. So there is Ladybird. It definitely is a topper kind of shade. I don't think I would wear this on its own, but I think it would look really pretty on its own as a very like shimmery, barely there. Like this would be like a summer beach eyeshadow to me where you could just throw it on. It doesn't look like you tried hard, but it's still going to give you like a good bling. Okay, and now we're going to try Frog on this eye. Again, I'll put the description down below on the screen. This one definitely has more of a pink tone, but it's the same kind of finish. They're almost like a transparent. There's not much base color in this one. So there is Frog right there. This is interesting because they're probably going to look almost identical on the eyes, I feel like. What do you think? I'm not mad about that, but it's very interesting to see that they're looking very similar. So if you hear honking, lots of traffic today. In Toronto right now we have TIFF going on, so the Toronto International Film Festival, and then we also have like a week full of Jays games. So it's just bonkers downtown. So it's definitely more of a pinker tone. It's got, yeah, a pinker, purplier tone compared to Ladybird, which is more champagne-y. So I think you can see the difference. Hopefully you can see the difference there. I can see it in person. I'm not sure how much it's picking up on camera. I'm going to swatch them together. So this one is Ladybird on top, and then we will put Frog on the bottom. So yeah, I can see there's almost like a coolness to Frog. And Ladybird has a bit more of a yellow tone, and Frog is a bit more sheer. There's less base color, but they are very, very, very similar. Very similar. But I can see myself pulling them for different reasons. Like if I have more of a pinker blush tone, purple eyeshadow, I'd probably pull for Frog. If I was doing something that was more golden, brown, green, I would probably go for Ladybird. Just like, because that's the side of the color family that they live on. But I mean, you could always mix and match, right? You can always do things a little differently, like go with a yellow and a purple if you really want. So there's those two. So now I'm going to take this off and we'll go in with the next two, which are definitely much different. All right, now we're going to go in with the next two. So we have Ice Dream on the right eye and Ritz on my left eye. Ice Dream is really interesting. I don't know how well that shows up on camera. I don't think it shows up at all, but in person you see like a purpley blue shift as you sort of tilt it. It's really, really pretty. Oh, it totally does not look like what I thought it was going to look like in terms of a swatch. So it's one of those ones that looks like white in the pan, but it is definitely not a white eyeshadow. So you can see it's very like almost holographic-y, very wet looking. Feels very smooth. I mean, I love the way the Super Shock Shadows feel. They always feel very smooth. Oh, I'm excited to put that one on the eye. I'm excited to play with that one after this video. I think it'll be a really fun eyeshadow to play with. Just trying to really pack it on so you can really see it. I typically would use like the last two that I swatched, and this one would be more topper type shades for me. So I'll probably have other shadows on underneath and then apply these like inner corner or center of the lid just to get a bit of a pop. That's really cool. I really hope that shows up on camera because, man, that's a really cool eyeshadow. I'm really liking that one. So it's getting a little dark there. Hopefully that's a bit better lighting. So now we're going to go in with Ritz. Ritz is more of like a taupey with a silver type shimmer. Again, I'll put their descriptions below. This one, again, kind of like what I said about Ladybird, like one that you would maybe just throw on and go to the beach with, or just like throw on to make it look like you didn't really try, but you tried kind of thing. Like, I feel like that's what this one's going to be like, especially with like my skin tone. I think this will work with a lot of skin tones as well. The base is not super pigmented. It's sheer enough, but there's still color there. They're all very sheer. They're all very similar type Super Shocks that I picked up. Again, it was kind of on purpose. It's what I was going for. This one's very soft in the pan too. Like I already put a dent in it just from swatching it. It definitely has a bit more of a golden, peachy golden color to it, but again, a very nice wet sheen type look. It's got like a bright shimmer, but not too silvery for my taste anyway. I mean, these two are very different. They look a lot different than the other two compared to each other. I'll swatch all four on my hand as well so you can see what they all look like. All right, here are all four on my hand. So this top one is Ice Dream. This one is Frog. This one is Ladybird. And this one is Ritz. So hopefully you can see, like, they're all very light, very toppery type shades, but all slightly different. If you hear some crunching, that's Luffy. All right, I'm gonna wipe this off and then we're gonna go in with the shadow stick. Okay, now we're gonna test out the eyeshadow stick in Socalite. So I'm just gonna do a swatch on my hand here. So this is what it looks like. It's like a light pink. Again, I'll put a description down below. It's like just a light metallic pink color. I haven't tried this on my eyes yet either, so we're gonna do that. I'm gonna try and maybe do a little bit of a mini wear test. It is very late in the day here, so it won't be very long, but I'm very curious to see how I feel about this. I really, really like the Laura Mercier Caviar stick. Also, the shade looks very similar to the one that I bought from Kiko Milano. I haven't compared the shades yet, but again, I'd really like to compare the two formulas because obviously the Colourpop one is much cheaper. I believe it's much cheaper. In my head, it's probably much cheaper. I'm pretty sure it's cheaper. And it's a little more accessible for me. Yeah, I'm really into like eyeshadow sticks right now, or like single shadows. It's just really my jam lately. So that's what that looks on its own. That's Socalite. It's very, again, very subtle, very similar to my skin tone. Very like easy wearable. I'm curious to see how well this dries down. I'll leave this on my hand and see if I can then maybe do like a smudge test. But I really like the way that looks. I think it's really, really pretty. Again, really, really simple. Again, I probably wouldn't wear this directly on its own. I would typically put maybe a little bit of a brown shadow or a mauvey pink shadow in the crease and then put this on the lid. Let's jazz this up a little. I'm gonna take a bit of Frog and put it on the inner corner of my eye. Take like a little flat shader brush here and see how this works. You hear Tippy Tappies? It's my foster dog. He is antsy to get outside in a minute, which we're gonna go do right after this. That's really pretty. Just like a little lightness. Should have brought some more shadows out here so I could do a bit of a deeper crease, but we're just gonna leave it like this. I'm gonna throw on a bit of eyeliner. This is just my Project Pan eyeliner. My lashes are looking a little rough. We'll add a little bit more mascara as well. So I've had this sitting on my hand for at least 4 minutes now. I don't know if it's been 5 minutes, but it's been at least 3 to 4 minutes. So let's just see from a rub perspective. So it did rub off a little. but it didn't smear. So it's definitely dried down. It's not tacky. But if you rub hard enough, it's going to wear off. I feel like so far I haven't seen anything wear as well as the Laura Mercier Caviar Stick. And also the single shadow, well, from Merit, it like definitely stays on. Like it's actually hard to get off. You have to use like a soap and really scrub or use makeup remover. So yeah, this doesn't seem to be quite as, it's not super budge proof, but it's definitely not, like it definitely dries down as well. So there's that. Okay, there we go. That's a bit of Socalite all over the lid with a bit of Frog on the inner corner. And then I did some black tight lining and eyeliner, added a bit more mascara, and that's it. That's what we're going to do with the eyes today. On the lips, I just have this. Wanted to keep it all in the family. It's from the Bambi collection. This is in the shade Bambi. Whoever told me, I took the Thumper one traveling with me, and all the gold stuff, everything came off. So that's kind of sad. These don't travel well. But yeah, that is it. That is my little test. If I do a little wear like review, if I have time, I will check in later. If not, I'll put notes down below. Okay, just wanted to check in because it's end of day. You can see the shadow is still there. At least I feel like the Frog, was it Frog that I used? Yeah, it's still in the inner corner. Still see the pink shadow. The blush is fairly worn off, but I expected that. I didn't set my face. It was really hot out, and I like wiped my face a couple times, and I was like, oh, that blush is gone. It's definitely done. But yeah, I think the eyeshadow, like I didn't use any primer or anything. I would like to see it compared to the Kiko one and the Laura Mercier one. I still think the Laura Mercier one has like bigger impact in terms of color and lasting power, but I think the Colourpop one seems pretty decent. Yeah, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I hope you liked it. I would say you don't need all 4 of these. I wanted to buy all 4. They are all different, so if you're into this kind of thing, I know this won't be for everyone, but I'm really excited to play with these as topper shades with other shadows. Let me just swatch Socalite with these ones as well, just to get it all in the family there. So there's Socalite down at the bottom there. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to playing with these. This is my kind of eyeshadow, especially. I feel like a broken record. I'm going into the office a little bit more. I feel like this will work really well because it'll be like dust a, matte brown sort of all over the lid, like in a shadow or in the crease and everything. And then take like a little bit of Ladybird, tap it on the lid, and away I go. And it'll look really pretty, but it'll take like no time at all. So I'm really excited to play with those. Same with the blush. I think the blush will be really nice for easy work days. I like that I can go pretty subtle with it. I could probably build it up a little bit more than this. But yeah, I'm liking, it's just a matte blush. There's nothing, I do prefer a blush with a little bit of sheen, but I think the matte's really nice too. I think sometimes, with the sheen, it kind of maybe shows a little bit too much texture, but the matte is making my skin look very smooth, which I quite like. So yeah, that is this video. If you liked it, feel free to give a little thumbs up down below, and I would love it if you subscribe to my channel here in Toronto, Canada. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye.